Hey Dim, I have your reading. It's looking really good. I want to apologize first if the sound quality is bad. Like I mentioned to you before, your godson, your precious little godson, messed up my mic. Secondly, he's asleep in my arms right now, so if he wakes up and starts crying, I apologize. All right, so I'm gonna get right into it. The theme, which was at the bottom of the deck for you, was the hangman. So this year is about a year of surrender for you. We already know you're having big transformations with Scorpio as your solar return ascendant, right? So this year is all about surrendering to where spirit wants to take you. Both of us have Earth 12 houses, and we can find it hard to surrender to spirit sometimes because we want the solid proof. I agree that Earth is just as spiritual as the rest, but we can be more practical in our spirituality and sometimes miss out on things that the other signs can just surrender to. They'll just follow their instincts. So this year you're being told to just surrender, do things a little differently, a little out of the norm. Let your Neptunian side really take over. You are Neptune heavy in your chart, your 12th house heavy. Pisces, not no Neptune on the sun. You have a lot of energy, a lot of intuitive energy, and this would be a good year to just surrender and to follow your instincts without overthinking it. Okay? So, first house. First house, you have the Eight of Cups. So, I'm going to pick up things so you can hear me better. So, right now, you're doing a lot of soul searching. That's what you will be doing for this solar return. A lot of soul searching. You will be leaving behind a lot of philosophies and emotions that haven't been working out for you, and you're on a journey towards spiritual fulfillment, and not just spiritual fulfillment. You want happiness. Like you told me yesterday, you're tired of the lesson of pain, and since you made that decision that you're tired, you're on a search to escape that lesson by any means. And I really believe that you will be successful this year. Second house, you have the Magician. When I saw that, I was really excited because the Magician, like, it's crazy. I was just looking through the angel tarot earlier because I had the Magician, and it talked about like being handed things almost magically, and that's a beautiful thing to see in the second house. You have the magic touch when it comes to your finances this year. Just have that belief in yourself. You might be like, I'm gonna see how it plays out. That's why that surrender comes in. You do have the magical touch, like you just rebranded yourself. You made a new start. You created your own website, So resources are looking good with the Magician in the second house. Your self-worth is looking really good with the Magician here. You know that you're the shit. You realize that how you think about yourself is how you're going to be reflected into the world. So you're going to be cautious, You're leaving behind, with the Eight of Cups, things that aren't true to who you are spiritually. There may be some, I could talk, programs, ways of thinking that are still running in your head that is just, that's your subconscious has been there maybe for lifetimes, right? But with that Eight of Cups, you're moving away from that. You're seeing yourself in a different light. You're chasing your happiness. And the Magician assures that you will find it. Just know that the power is within you. So, third house, you have the Princess of Swords. And I think that people in your community will start to see who Dimi is. I know you're a 12th house sun, and people don't really have a clear idea of 12th house suns, especially with Neptune on your sun. Everybody thinks that they know who you are, but truly you're the only one. You feel like you're the only one who really knows who you are, right? Like, people just aren't aware of who Demi really is. Well, people are going to get curious this solar return. They're going to look into you. Communication could be on the gossipy side, but that's fun. You and I like to discuss love and flip-flops and other spirit, like the fuckery in the spiritual community. But I don't see anything too bad with the Page of Swords. Sorry, it's windy out here, but we need a little fresh air. So the Page of Swords being in your third house, since you live at home, you might feel like there's a lack of privacy. Like there's somebody always listening into what's going on. I feel that way. Maybe it's me projecting, but with the Page of Swords here, that's kind of what I see. Fourth house, you have the Strength card. See, the Strength card to me has been screaming a lot of spiritual protection with these two lions by her side, right? Like we already know that your spirit guides don't play behind you. And fourth house to me, I believe is ancestors. I know 8th house is ancestors definitely, but I feel like the 4th house is also ancestors. So you have strong spiritual protection, first of all. But also within your home, I feel that we talked about this, stand up for yourself more. But, remember to do it with compassion. And I know you're a compassionate person. Without a doubt, you're a compassionate person. So I feel that you are going to be able to tame any arguments, any strife with, your softness. Your strength is going to come from you speaking up for yourself, but at the same time with love, you're letting people know exactly where you come from. And again, strong spiritual protection around you. Now, 5th house, death. And we already know that you don't want to do charts anymore, right? This is, to me, your creativity. You don't want to do charts anymore, and that's being transformed. You're doing other things. You are on your spiritual guru tip, and you have every right to be there, especially being a 7th house. I'm sorry. Life path 7, that's your place in this world. Y'all are very spiritual people. Sorry about that. See me scratching. Plus that Pisces North Node. So your creativity is being transformed. You are showing a more complex side to your spirituality this year. I see the Death card. Death card is Scorpio. That's very complex. As far as love and romance, don't think that, death, it's dead. Nah, if there's nothing going on in your romantic life right now, it's saying that it can be transformed. If there's nothing there, it can be transformed into there actually being something there, possibly with a Scorpio. Sometimes I don't like to call out signs, but maybe. If you do have a romantic transformation at this time, it will be something that is in light. I have Pluto in the 5th house. I can tell you it's intense. So that's the kind of romance you would be attracting in your life. Somebody who's serious, not here to play around. 6th house, you have the 9 of Cups. Now, I see the 9 of Cups as things going pleasantly in your day-to-day life, your work life, things going according to plan, no big disruptions. I can't. What is Aries in your 6th house this year? You might have a little bit of Taurus. I can't remember. But a little warning too I see with this Nine of Cups is don't overindulge. I know us Venusians, we like our sweets, we like our rich foods, the good life. We like to drink and eat as much as we want with no consequences. But unfortunately on this plane, there's some consequences. So I think they're warning you not to overindulge too much in the good life. But I also see them saying that things will go your way more often than not during this solar return. That's a good energy to have. This is Jupiter and Pisces. It's a good energy to have in your 6th house, in my opinion. 7th house, the others. So you have the Star. Now, as far as non-intimate relationships, friendships and stuff, I see this as very healing friendships. This is the Aquarius card, the card of friends. So I see you making connections with people, even online, like you have with me and Nicoya, Cootie, Cass, everybody that you have befriended online. These relationships are really good. They're rooted in spirit, and they're a part of your life path. But also, as far as relationship wise, I see this perhaps you having communication with this person. It's crazy, a plane. So you having communication with the guy, whoever you're supposed to be with. You're having it on the astral realm, and I know you're tired of these astral relationships and you want something concrete. But I see with the 12th, you being very 12th house heavy, Juno and Pisces and such, that a lot of times you make these connections in the astral before you have them within reach. I also see this as stay optimistic. Stay with your dream that you are going to be with a rapper, because this is the Star in the 7th house. You already have Leo in the 7th house, right? So you know that somebody famous is your destiny. You have a lot of shit that already says that somebody famous is your destiny. So this is like reaffirming that, like, your other is a star. You know, keep your wishes alive, keep your hopes alive. You see 9 of Cups and the Star card together. I think that's a very good thing to see. It's very positive. Now, as far as 8th house, you have the 4 of Cups. So this card usually speaks of stagnation, or really not seeing the good that we have in front of us. And I know a lot of people associate the 5 of Cups with that too, but the 4 of Cups, more than anything, this card is kind of complicated. I love the Rider-Waite version. I have to get a new Rider-Waite. A couple of my cards got messed up, excuse me. Their imagery really speaks to the subconscious, but this does too. So as far as 8th house matters go, I feel that there will be a sense of stagnancy for you. But this isn't set in stone, of course. This is why you're getting a tarot reading, you know, so you can know how to handle that when you feel like you're in a state of stagnation. You can do what you can to break out of it. So also there might be a lot of, you know, daydreaming with that Star here in the 7th house. Daydreaming and getting in touch with this sacred other that's in the 7th house through daydreams. I don't think that the 4 of Cups is all bad. It's, you know, 4s represent stagnancy, stability, whatnot. But the 4 of Cups is also daydreaming under a tree, just relaxing. But when you feel yourself in that stagnant energy, it's not the end all be all. You can break out of it. It's just warning you. And that's what I see the ninth house warning you of too. The Eight of Swords, you know, you probably have new philosophies, new insights that will be coming to you this solar return. Sorry, I can't reach things perfectly. And sometimes you might get too into your head about whether you should say things or not. Will this cause upset? I'm sorry, my head is over the bottom. I hope you can still hear. I was saying you might overthink yourself sometimes when you have something that you want to share, a download, a philosophy, a new way of thinking. You're not sure if it's going to cause upset, especially like with spiritual Twitter, right? Like there's always somebody ready to pick apart a philosophy that you have, especially if you're in the limelight. So this is warning you to just not overthink it. Don't think yourself into a sarcophagus that you can't get out of. You can always get out of it. Look how easy it would be for her. Well, no, not in this card. I see she has barbed wire. But that's your thoughts tying you up, right? You have a lot of brilliant things to say, and you need to share it. You need to surrender with whatever insight you are getting. And you need to speak your mind and fuck what other people has to say about it, you know? So, 10th house. You got the Judgment card. I like that card. Again, it's about waking up. You're being noticed as somebody who's waking up to their spiritual power. You're going to be speaking a lot more, not just from an astral perspective, and we already know that you have a lot of spiritual enlightenment, a lot of things that you need to share. You've been through a lot, so you are here to heal others, to show them the way. And people will see that. They will see you as somebody that they should listen to, that they should follow. That's why I say don't be in that Eight of Swords energy where you're afraid to speak out on the things that you have to say. Even if it sounds like crazy and it's brand new insights on astrology, it goes against the norm, you need to say it even more so. This is a time where astrology needs to be rebranded, you know. And that 10th house you have, I mean, I know it's not your solar return, but everybody has Saturn conjunct Pluto in their 10th house. I mean, not 10th house, in Capricorn this year, right? That's the Capricorn house. So your power and knowledge will be on display for others to see. 11th house. You got the Ace of Cups. I have a feeling you will be meeting more friends, more people who fill your cup. You know, in the past, you've dealt with a lot of nasties. We all have. But now it's your time to shine and to meet like-minded souls. People who are just bursting with love, bursting with spirit. I don't know if you see the 11th house as, well, it's online communities, it's communities, right, at large. So I see that you'll get a lot of love. That's why you shouldn't, again, being at 8th house energy, people will see your revival, your rebranding, and they will respect it, because Judgment is the Pluto card. And with the Ace of Cups, I see you get nothing but love. 12th house, you have the Six of Swords, and I really like seeing the Six of Swords for you in the 12th house. To me, the Six of Swords in the 12th house is speaking of strong spiritual protection, which, like in the 4th house, you already know you have that, right? But this is you acknowledging that. This is you being able to surrender because you know that your guides have your back. In the past, you know, things you've had, you know, Pluto move into that 12th house and shake your world up a bit and bring all these unconscious fears up to the surface. Well, 12th house is you really learning how to deal with that. You have been transmuting it, and you're moving on from a place where you're in the Five of Swords energy, maybe feeling bullied by the stars and let down, and it's a place of relief for you now. Six of Swords speaks highly of, spirit guides and angels ushering us, guiding us into that next place. And it leads back to the first house, that Eight of Cups. You having this new outlook, this relief happening within your 12th house is making you go on a search for something better. So I really like this spread for you. I hope that you got the utmost from it. I'm about to pull a few oracle cards for you. Excuse me one second while I shuffle. Okay, so you got movement. I really like this deck, this enchanted map deck. It goes really well with our readings. It's crazy how much so I'm about to read what it says to you, because we're not quite familiar with this deck where we can just, like, the information that's written here is so good. That's what oracle cards are for anyways. Tarot is for interpreting, oracle cards are for reading them. All right. Upright, you're in a time of positive forward motion. This is a time for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, 8th house, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut to open as if by magic. That's that 2nd house magician. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts and you know the actions you need to take. This isn't time for fear. Let it go and move forward. That's why I say you have a lot of surrender this year. Surrendering to your higher self, and what you have a lot of insights and intuition, and you can sometimes doubt yourself because you don't have the proof that a 12th house Earth might need to feel comfortable with going forward and speaking out. But don't let that hold you back from spreading your knowledge, because with the Judgment card in the 10th house and the Ace of Cups in the 11th house, everything that you say will be welcome. Of course, we're going to have people who disagree and don't see things our way, but for fuck them. For the most part, people see that you have a lot to say, that you have gone through a powerful transformation, and you're here to help them. So I'm going to pull from the Universal Love Oracle. You got miracles. Yeah. He just woke up. Things are looking to work out for you, but I'm going to read what it says. I love the miracles card in this deck. It says the challenges you face now are crucial to your future success. Sometimes things are tipped on their head so that a new perspective is visible. A cycle ends and a new one begins, and with a new beginning, a miracle unfolds. For you deserve to be and have what your soul desires. Life is a miracle, and every moment is a blessing. Sometimes the moment is all it takes for everything to change for the better. You have the Magician here. You have the Death card, which I see as positive. You have the Star, Judgment, Ace. You have a lot of good cards. I don't see any bad cards here. You have the Strength card in your 4th house. Very beautiful energy. Miracles, are aligning for you. And when things get hard, I know we just want to give up and surrender and just be in that miserable energy for a little while. But it's saying try not to go there. Remember that miracles can occur. You know? And one more, I'm going to pull a goddess to see which goddess is kind of sponsoring your solar return this year. Oh, that's so cool. You have Isis. The situation involves your past life memories. Are you still doing the past life reading with Macy? I think you should. I think we already know that Warrior Thought is by your side, but I'm pretty sure there's some powerful women that you were in the past that are also present. You have a lot of cool asteroids on your sun, Sophia, for instance. So I think like your past life selves, especially your feminine selves, have a lot to show you this year. A lot of old past life memories will probably be dug up for you this year to transmute and to use that knowledge. You know, you're going to realize why you have some of these unconscious fears, and you're going to realize that it doesn't work for you in this life. You learned those lessons. It's time for you to embrace a better version. So I hope you really enjoyed this reading and got the best from it. I feel really good right now. I love it when your guides and your angels come to visit. I hope that I did them justice. I asked them, I surrendered to give me the messages that you need, and I hope that I was very clear with them. I may have gotten stuck on the 8th house, but that's because the 8th house has so many meanings to me, you know. If it means stagnancy with other people's money, fuck it. That's where our south node is anyways. You have your earning potential. You have the Magician. So you don't need like to rely on your other's money right now. When you get married, you can. But and I like that the star is in your 7th house. It's telling you to, you know, keep your dream alive. You know who you want to be with, the type of man you want to be with, and your wish is granted. Not will be, it's granted. It's just, you know, it's taking a little time to get here. Probably has a little humanitarian work to do before he gets to you. You want to say hi to you guys, son? Say hi. He's chewing on my card as usual. Hey, Sebastian. Say hi. Say hi. He just woke up. Love you, Dim.